There he is. Hi.
Great. It works. You never know with the technology.
Yeah, that's can be a problem.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Yes.
The information I'm getting from your account is that your name is Zoom user.
Yeah, I'm Andy, singer and a guitarist
Vocalist,
in
yeah.
Swedish band Deville. Yeah.
I guess so. Andreas Bengtsson.
Yes, that's me.
Hi, I'm Dennis.
Nice to meet you, man.
Hi. Yeah. So, you guys are releasing a new output on next week Friday on the 30th
Yeah.
of September, and it's called Heavy Lies the Crown.
Yeah.
So, first question, as always, the same with me. How did that go in pandemic times? So how was your feeling recording this, and the overall experience of making music?
Of course, like for any other band, this was a very special time for us that we had to take a break, not by choosing it ourselves, and the only thing we could do was to write new music, and we haven't done that in that way. It always came when we felt it was time, but now we did it because there was nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And maybe we expected it's gonna last half a year, and then 1 year went by, and then a second year went by without any real shows, and we did some small stuff, but it wasn't real back to normal. Yeah, you know how it is, how it was. But so it's like the procedure for recording and doing the whole album was so much longer in time compared to what we do. We write new songs and then we let it rest for like a little bit while, and then we listen to it, and if it's good, we go and record it in the studio. Now we went back to it 3 or 4 times, these songs we had. So in the end, we didn't know even if it was good or bad or what we felt about it. So it was really strange. So when we went into the studio, we had a deadline from the record label. It was just like something we had to do to put it on tape. So it was really weird, because normally it's a creative part also being in the studio, but now we have worked on it so hard, so it's just to go there and record it. So yeah, from that point of view, it wasn't really that fun, to be honest. But now when it's done and we let it rest a little bit, so far the reviews and the reception has been really good. So yeah, it's not for us to choose, it's just our view for dudes. So it's for the rest of other people to choose now or make their point of view what we've done. So, but it's been good so far. So I hope we have done something right.
I guess so. I just listened to your band for a while, and I know many people say that when listening to a stoner band they like, and maybe this gets old pretty much, but for me it's always, if I listen to a stoner band, and the first thought that comes to my mind when listening to the guitars is Caius.
Yeah,
that's always good. If you're a metal band and the first thought that comes to my mind is Iron Maiden or Metallica, it's that's good. So
it's a good reference. Yeah,
I really like that guitar sound. It's in German, I don't know if there is any kind of phrasing like this in other languages, but in German you say the sound, it sounds like someone is standing there with broad legs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what you mean. I don't think we have expression in Sweden or in English, but yeah. But yeah. It's a compliment. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
It's like that spread-legged,
Yeah.
big balls music.
Yeah. Exactly. We joke about it all the time. It's a thin line there, still keeping it tasteful and not being a cliche. Also, there are some riffs that have been done too many times, from our opinion, and so we have the sound. Definitely, we started out as a stone rock band, but now we have so much more influences from progressive metal to death metal also, but still have the Deville sound. So and that's why maybe every record is a little bit different from the other. We don't do the AC/DC thing, releasing same all over again. We try to develop and have some progress. So, but some parts are, like you say, the guitar sound, and that is kind of significant. We change a little bit, but the thinking about the sound is kind of the same.
Yeah, I think there are different pictures that come to my mind when I'm listening to music that is stoner rock or stoner rock influenced, or has that kind of stoner rock slash grungy sound.
Yeah,
that is always kind of
I'm there.
bleak
Exactly.
a bit, but also very very masculine, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, smells of gasoline and desert sands and
Yeah.
temperatures over 30 degrees.
I think you understood it, but really well, because it's a mix between the 90s stuff, because I was grown up with all that, and all the desert scene also, and also like rock and roll, and you have this from a couple of records back. I was very influenced by Entombed in the riff making and all this death and roll stuff, and yeah, you pick from what you are listening to at that moment when you get influences and inspired. So it's the basics are still there, but some new from record to record. So yeah, makes sense what you say.
Yeah, I have to check out the new one. Yeah, it's like that. I instantly thought about Fury Road, the Mad Max movie with Tom Hardy.
Yeah. Okay.
Not only old Western movies where someone is just walking through the desert and his horse is dying and stuff like that, but the Mad Max feeling with the bike too.
Yeah.
So you guys are around since 2003. That's 19 years.
Yeah. 4. We can say 4. We really, yeah.
Okay, the
Yeah,
metal
around there.
archives are lying to me.
Yeah, maybe it's a little bit early. I don't think we have in 2003. We haven't really yet then come up with a name. I think it was 2004. So we had back in 2020 we had a 15-year party anniversary. So let's say 2005, and the name come up 2004. So around there.
So what is the most special thing for you that comes to mind when it comes to the new album Heavy Lies the Crown?
What's special about this is that it's very big variations in the song. Everyone is kind of different. Maybe there are 2 fast songs, but all the others are very different from each other's, and they're very progressive. They don't follow the normal song pattern with chorus or like verse and bridge and chorus, or that we change and put riffs after another and parts just to make it interesting. So it's very I think you need to listen to it a couple of times before you understand it, but of course there are hits. Our first single that we released is it's a big chorus and a big riff, the Killing Time, their song. I don't know if you've heard it, but
Yes.
that's, yeah, it's typical, maybe the strongest like crowd pleasing song on the record, but the rest of the other songs are very wide record. A lot of different vibes, and from fast to darker stuff to really, you know, what can you say, like traveling through a song, a longer songs that, you know, takes you from, you start from one part and you end up in a whole nother when the song is over. So I think it's because we had such a long time working on it. It's so different from all the songs on the record. So that makes it special.
Would you say the new record is a bit more on the progressive side?
Yeah, I think. But on the other hand, it's only, we choose to only have 8 songs on the CDs. We can have the same songs on the vinyl, and yeah. But the progressive songs are very progressive for being a band like us. But there are some straight, fast hard rock songs also. So it's very. It's kind of, I like records that are like a journey. When you travel, you know, you start with the first song and then you travel through the whole record. And I think I always have a thinking of that would be nice when we do a record. It's not necessary that it has to turn out like that, but I think this record is like that. It's a journey.
Yeah, it should be after 2 years of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So, what is a song like "A Devil Around Your Neck"? What is the context of that? The lyrics?
Yeah, basically it's exactly what you says. You get caught up in something that it's not really good, and you try to break free. And but on the other hand, it's like you give up maybe to sell your soul if you feel like that's an also way to get out, you know. So it's like you're standing with one foot in both parts there. So it's like to choose the right way, and that's not always easy. I think it's about that song, to make it a short story. Yeah,
that sounds like being totally cornered and desperate to get out of the situation.
Yeah, to choose right or wrong, and it's always not easy. It's maybe easier to make the wrong take the wrong path just because it's easier, and choose something more destructive or something. But it's very individual. It's right for some people and it's wrong for some people, and you should do what you feel is best for yourself. So it's like a description of the way you can choose that, maybe.
Yeah, sounds kind of Jedi.
Yeah. That's good comparison, really.
Come to the dark side.
Yeah.
I once reviewed a band named Sis Lord. They just wrote songs about Star Wars.
Okay. Hardcore fans. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Not bad, but not great either. But kind of cool, kind of fun.
Yeah.
So you've been around since not 19 years, but 18 years now. Yeah. And would you say there's a lot of things you witnessed on tour? Is there anything cool that happened that you might tell the viewers?
Yeah, we have done so many different things. It's hard to choose one really good thing. We had long tours that have been really great, and we have done one-offs, everything. But we played a couple of years ago. We played a concert hall in Las Palmas in Gran Canaria, and that was really one for the books. It was, playing a big theater at this tourist island. It was a really good experience. And then we were supporting our old label mates, Truck Fighters, in London. We played O2 Academy there. That was also, remember, full show. But it's hard, you know. Every time, every part of the band's history have its own good memories, because you take these steps all the time. You start out doing demos, and then you get someone to release it, and then you play the first show where you dreamed of playing first time, and that was big for that time. And then later on, when you have done that 10 times, you raise the bar, you know. So it's like, it's hard to say. When you take the shifts, the steps you try to achieve. It's relative. Just 1 second, sorry. Gumman, du kan inte stå där och skrika, jag hör inte när jag pratar. Okej? Ja, tack. Jag är snart klar. My daughter, she's getting impatient.
One question. Tack,
yeah.
The word tack, is that yes?
No, tack is danke.
Ah, okay. Tack means yes in Polish.
Ah, weird.
Yeah, that's tack. I know that word.
Yeah. But no, so through the years, you know, every step that we achieved that we would like to do was a big step for the band. Then, if you look back, so it's really hard to say as you know, a specific show or an era in the band. Of course, maybe the first US tour was also something we never forget. It's a whole nother culture over there with bands. It's a lot tougher. Experience that. So of course it's one for the books, but it's maybe not what we remember the best thing, but it's nice to have it done, you know. So it's really hard. Every era in the band have their highlights. Yeah.
What was the most awful, the most shitty gig you ever played? You don't have to name the venue or something, but I think every band has its story when it comes to the worst.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, there have been shows there was, you know, a crowd. You know, it was like almost pointless to play, you know, because of bad marketing or promotion or whatever. So those shows, I think all bands experienced in some way. But I remember we were playing, it was down in Germany somewhere 10, 12 years ago. And it's our favorite country touring, so it's not, we're always there, we love it. So it's not, so of course, the more we play at the place, the more chances it is that stuff happens. So it wasn't organized very well. It's very do-it-yourself. It was down in the basement somewhere. And the thing is that we had a band that was playing before us, and they brought the back line. And normally you shared backline, or we agree that, yeah, we're going to use that from you, and you can leave that, and we borrow that from you. But when they were finished, they took all the gear and left with the microphone stands, the microphone and PA and everything. So it was like only 2 speakers left to the PA, but no microphones, no stands, no backline, no anything. So it was like, what? How this happen? Really? Didn't they know that they're gonna share it with us? So we were so surprised. So we were like, okay, so how are we gonna solve this? And then promoter tried to solve it and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if the show, I don't think we played really, because the promoter was so embarrassed that the band he arranged for us to play with us took all the gear and left when we were supposed to play after. So I don't think we really played. So it was supposed to be a show, but it didn't happen. So it's the only thing. Yeah, it's so weird. So that's why I'm about to tell. We've done almost 500 shows, but that's the only time it happened. And that's why I also remember it, because it was so strange.
I can only imagine 2 things. One, those were total assholes, or 2, they were just like Jon Snow.
Yeah,
and knew nothing.
No, I choose to believe the second option you had there.
Damn. Yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah,
Um,
but it wasn't, it was just so weird and so surprising. So yeah, that's one also I remember. And it was special because it's such a long time ago. It's maybe in 2008 or 9 or something. So it was really long time ago.
so, what are your main references or influences for the music you play?
And my own heroes are Soundgarden. And so Deville started out like a stoner rock band. It was, of course, like you mentioned, Caius and Queens of the Stone Age, the source to it all. And but also the 90s scene, of course, the grunge, the alternative rock there, metal. So for Deville 2022, I would say it's some kind of Soundgarden, because it's for me. We have some the progressive thinking maybe come in with Mastodon, and we have some Queens of the Stone Age influences, and maybe some of the more rockier parts of Entombed, I would say, and a mix of that.
That sounds intriguing.
Yeah, I hope it is. I hope it is.
I guess so. I guess that will be a successful release.
Yeah, hope so too. Thank you.
Yeah, I got a good radar for stuff like this.
Nice.
Like I listen to a few songs and it's like, yeah, okay, that will work out. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Hope you're gonna enjoy the record. It's very.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you have the if you would have the chance to name a few bands you would like to tour with, if you could just choose two bands to do a major tour with, what bands would that be?
That would work. Yeah, I know some other guys in the band. They really like Gojira's later stuff, so that would of course work. I think support them, and Mastodon, since they are very flexible what kind of bands they're playing with, because they're so unique. They're playing all the metal bands, and now I see they're on tour with Ghost, so they do almost everything. But yeah, Mastodon or Gojira would work. Those kind of bands that have this also like melodic death metal vibe to it, and also alternative rock side. So bands that are kind of have a huge sound would fit perfect. The crowd would probably understand Deville then also. So it's really hard to say, but those are two bands that would be very cool to tour with.
Yeah, I guess so, because both Gojira and Mastodon are progressive.
Yeah.
In some way, it's like the songs, the records of those bands are like a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
On speed.
Yeah.
Or
no.
on some other drugs.
Yeah. No, but there are so many good bands. I just take two that are, they're touring right now and are active and everything. So that's not realistic, but they're like active right now. There are, of course, so many other bands also that we would like to play with. But those two would be very cool.
So last question for today, and you are the first one to ever receive this question from me.
Okay.
Because I'm I'm a big fan of music, and I really like to make music as a hobby. Means singing in the shower. As a vocalist and as a guitarist, what does it feel like to stand on the stage doing your stuff? What kind of feeling is that for you, and what are you taking home from making music?
You're standing on stage and playing a song that you're satisfied with is it's really satisfying. It's we've been around for such a long time, so you feel when a song is good, and that is satisfying playing it. That also makes you more that you like you raise the bar that high now after this many years. So isn't it, if it doesn't work, you're like maybe your worst critic, you know. So you're very fast to judge yourself. So it's good in one way, and in another way it's tough because you always want to do the best. But on the other hand, the love and passion for music, it's the whole foundation for the band, and that it's fun. So it's like what do you say? It's like you know, I shouldn't say circus, but it's like it's as fun as you can have together when you are an adult and doing something that is your passion, and it's creative and everything. So it's the satisfaction comes through that. So and you get this kick after a good show that you can't get from anything else. So that's why it's kind of addictive, and maybe that's why I also can be on tour and have a tough road life, but it's you get so much out of it, so it's worth it because of that.
Would you say it's addictive?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think because we never done anything because of money and everything, so it's all about for the love of music and the passion we have playing this kind of music that makes it worth it.
Just like I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no secrets. There's no easy ways through it. Like you have to find your way and play the music that you like. You know, there are no rules. There are no. You can't say another band is good or better than other. It's your own opinion, and that's why it's so nice with music, because there is no right or wrong. So you just have to, if you're playing yourself, you have to find what you like. I think that's how it is for everyone, and especially also for listeners. It's like you can't say that someone is wrong listening to a band. That's why the beauty of music.
And he's gone. Hello. I don't know what happened, but yeah. Here he comes again, I guess.
So yeah, I got another call, and I pressed the wrong button. Sorry.
It's okay, I guess, because if that hadn't happened, I don't think we have much time left, because I'm not paying for Zoom. It's not a professional license, so that's okay. Yeah, I just wanted to quickly. Oh, we got 10 minutes left. Just wanted to quickly ask the last quick question. So, what is your approach to singing?
Well, I see myself as not a very good singer, to be honest. So I had to find my way to and find the voice that fits the music that I want to play. And since my influences and a lot of what I was growing up with, all the 90s, and it's, you know, a lot of Chris Cornell. Maybe earlier it was maybe some of, you know, Dave Grohl kind of producing the vocals with. So I've taken a lot of that, and then through that found my own way, what I know works with my voice. So that's really, yeah, it takes time. It takes time. So it was maybe 12, 14 years ago, I found something that I started to sing a little more tougher, with a, you know, screaming kind of technique, or singing for my stomach more, to get this bottom or more, you know, style that worked with the music, that could lift up all the heavy guitars and the big drums. So I through the years I found something that works with the music we play, because I don't think my voice works so good when I sing nice, you know. it's not that much, doesn't bring that much feelings into it, and it's not that powerful. I would say, if I listen to my own voice singing like in a normal way, pop rock, it's really boring, I would say. Nothing special. So I found my own thing there, and it works for this, what we do now, but I have there's no bigger plan behind it than that.
But from the sound of it, you have some sort of technique, not just doing your thing, but knowing what happens mechanically in the throat and stuff.
Yeah, I find also the keys we are playing in the guitar fits my voice really good. So when we change some time and play in another key, it happens a lot. It works also, but it's a whole nother thing. And I know now, since we have so many songs in the same key, what I can do and what fits, and, you know, so that's kind of easy to find. But you don't want to repeat yourself all the time and say sound the same. So it's good in one way, knowing what you can, but also you have to take it 2 rounds, because otherwise it gets boring, you know. Don't want to sound the same all the time.
Yeah, I understand that. As a hobby singer, I totally get that. If you sing in the range that is comfortable, and you know you can shine in that range, sometimes you just think, oh yeah, that's boring. I can do that all the time. I can do it all day, but it's boring. So you try to break out of that pattern. But yeah, I got no real technique. I'm just someone who sings alone in his room.
Yeah.
In the darkness.
No, but it's also how you produce it when you record. I like to double my vocals, and I know what kind of effects I need to have a certain sound. We're always much rawer live than we are on the record. Heavier live, so because I sing my guts out there, it's always a big problem on tour that I'm losing my voice if I don't take care of it, and I don't take care of it because it's party. So they're very much party, you know. So it's like it's a balance. You have your stuff in the studio that you have, you find your way to the sound that you like, and then you must find what works on the road, because it's tough, you know. You need to sleep and can't party too much, and, you know, keep the throat moist and everything. You can't be dry, so it's it's a lot of small stuff, you know.
It's a big problem if you're a smoker.
Yeah, I try not to. Yeah, it's tough. That's the worst. Red wine and cigarettes are the worst for if you're beginning to wear out your throat. Yeah.
What drink is the best?
Water, of course. But I you know, when it's a long time during you know, some weeks into a tour, I try it's the classic, you know, ginger with honey, warm water, just to take care of it, and try to the voice isn't good, but try to keep it alive.
A vocal teacher once told me after lessons, just green tea and humming with M.
Yeah, sounds reasonable. It's really boring, but what can you do? If you lose your voice, it's like then you can only go home. It's yeah.
Yeah,
You have to be boring sometimes. Yeah.
Because of that, I think the voice is the most personal instrument you can use. Because you just can rewire your vocals. If you're broken, you're broken.
Yeah, no, it's really tough. So yeah, you have to find your way and try to respect, but it's not always easy on the road when it's high life all the time.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Great
Thank you so much.
And I'm gonna listen to that album a little more. And best of wishes for the upcoming release on next Friday. I guess that will be a good one.
Thank you so much. It was our pleasure.
Thanks. Have a nice Sunday.
Yeah, same to you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.